The Chicago Bears did not have any practice today, and I've been covering every single day of training camp up to this point, but today I want to put a special highlight on the emergence of Ryan Poles' first two draft picks as the Bears general manager, cornerback Kyler Gordon and safety Jaquan Brisker. Both of these young phenom defensive backs have been putting on a show during camp so far. Yesterday's practice, Kyler Gordon had an interception, then followed it up with a big tackle for loss, then had a sack on the very next play. Jaquan Brisker has had multiple interceptions during camp already, and he is the soul of the defense. He's chirpy, he's loud, he's energetic, he's making play after play after play, and almost single-handedly helping turn around the identity of the Chicago Bears defense. If you're on Twitter and you see a whole bunch of the nonsense that always goes on, there's still people who are salty that the Bears didn't draft wide receiver George Pickens. Instead, Ryan Poles drafted Jaquan Brisker when the team needed a wide receiver. Fast forward a year later and the Bears have plenty wide receivers, and now we have a potential superstar safety in Jaquan Brisker. And of course, we're not even going to go in too much detail about other players because this is just a highlight video on Jaquan and Kyler. But when you pair Jaquan Brisker with a guy like Eddie Jackson, who is a known ball hawk, who has had interception after interception after interception throughout his NFL career, he was on pace for a bounce back season before injury. Both of these safeties together is going to be an amazing dynamic duo, and Kyler Gordon in the slot is absolutely everywhere. His instincts have coined him the nickname Spider-Man from head coach Matt Eberflus. They said he has spidey senses. He's just everywhere. He's blowing up screenplays. He's catching interceptions. He's covering wide receivers. I mean, he literally does it all, and he's the perfect mold of a nickel cornerback because he's a guy who's going to have to cover tight ends, cover slot receivers, cover regular receivers while stopping the run, setting the edge, keeping his eye on the quarterback. I mean, the position he plays is a hard position, and it's why he struggled so much as a rookie, but now that he has his feet under him, he has better instincts because he's adapted to the speed of the NFL. Now he's just out there balling. He's just out there having fun. He's in his mode. He's in his bag. I mean, I don't know what other way to put it. I mean, Kyler Gordon has been showing everything in camp, from not even just coverage either. He loves to hit. He is a very physical cornerback. He's obviously athletic. I mean, when we drafted him, that was the big thing of how much of an athlete he was. He grew up doing ballet. He was a dancer. You know, he's really light on his feet. He's extremely nimble. As you see in his Spider-Man celebration, he's super athletic and can jump freakishly high. But you mix all that together with the fact that he loves to hit. He loves to tackle. I mean, he's the prototype of what you want in a nickel cornerback. If he can get his, mental up to par with the best of the best in the NFL, Kyler Gordon could potentially be one of the best cornerbacks in the league this season. I mean, the only thing that would be holding him back is his mental, is his not understanding routes or getting lost in his zone or not understanding the defense or getting looked off by the quarterback. Everything is mental with him. Physically, he has all the tools to be the best of the best if he chooses to be. One thing that cornerbacks need in the NFL, because you're gonna get beat, you need speed to close the gap. He has that speed. He has the athleticism to turn his hips whenever he gets caught on a double move to make up ground. Obviously, he's not gonna be perfect. No cornerback doesn't get beat. He's gonna get beat every now and then. But generally speaking, even when he does get beat, he has the ability to make up for it with pure athleticism, and that's something you see from the best of the best in the NFL. He also has great instincts and feel in the nickel position to the point where he's going to be able to jump routes a lot better than he did last year. Remember, this is a guy who had 3 interceptions within the span of a couple weeks once he started to figure out the NFL a little bit more, and that was without a pass rush. That was without a good surrounding cast around him. So imagine this year when he has legitimate linebackers in the middle of the field. He has a full supporting cast of cornerbacks all around him. He has a better pass rush. There's a lot to be excited with Kyler Gordon, and I think we're starting to see why he had a first round grade in the draft last year and why Ryan Poles was so shocked that he even fell into the second round for him to be available for the Bears at pick number 39. And this is just something that Bears fans can really admire, just being a Bears fan as it is it's so cool to see their chemistry. I mean, they're almost best friends in the backfield. Everyone talks about how Justin Fields and DJ Moore are best friends in the offense now and how much their chemistry is going. Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon have the same thing on the defensive side of the ball. Every single time one or the other is making a play, you notice they're doing their little dance together. I mean, they're best friends. They both got drafted in the second round last year. They came into the NFL together. They came to the Bears together, and they still have that chemistry, and that's going to be perfect during the season because they're going to have to work in unison. You know, Kyler Gordon is going to be the one who's going to be playing down a lot. Jaquan Brisker is more of a strong safety. He'll, come down into the box a lot. He's more of a thumper, whereas Eddie Jackson is more of the free roamer. But Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker are still going to have to work in unison. There'll be packages where Kyler will have the under and Jaquan Brisker will have to guard, behind him. So they're going to have to be able to communicate during the season. They're going to have to be able to trust each other. That's the most important thing, is that they'll be able to trust each other, where Kyler Gordon, or Jaquan Brisker can, trust that Kyler Gordon is going to handle everything underneath him, and he can kind of keep his eyes on the quarterback, and he doesn't have to worry so much about the guys in front of him letting wide receivers get wide open because they don't know what they're doing. Last year we were more so concerned with these young defensive backs getting burned. We were concerned about, especially Kyler Gordon being the cornerback that the opposite quarterback was picking on all game long. But now it's like, so far during camp, what they're showing, what we see from those two guys, I'm more excited to see them ball out than I am even remotely worried about them being an issue. Again, nobody's perfect in the NFL. We're not going to have Darrelle Revis reborn, and that's okay. We don't have to have Deion Sanders. We don't have to have the all-time great players. They're going to get beat every now and then. But generally speaking, in a 17-game season, Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker are going to be extremely reliable defensive backs. They're going to make plays. They're both going to have interceptions. They're both going to have moments where they put the hit on an opposing team and get the whole entire team riled up. And again, Jaquan Brisker has so much energy. Even Justin Fields was talking about how the offense needed to replicate some of the energy that the defense has. It's a whole new identity from the defense. It's really exciting to see, and it's really something that we're going to continue to keep an eye on during camp, and I just can't wait until real games start to get played. At some point in time, the Bears will have to vote on captains, and the Bears defense has a lot of candidates. You can go with middle linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, or Eddie Jackson, who was a captain last year, or Justin Jones, who was a captain last year, or DeMarcus Walker, who has been extremely vocal so far. But I think Jaquan Brisker or Kyler Gordon are both candidates from being captains this season. Also, again, you're not going to have a million captains, but their leadership is way raised compared to last year. It's just... I'm literally blown away with how much we are seeing them advancing this season, and me being a diehard Bears fan, but also enjoying both of them as a player, I think they're going to be superstars in the NFL. Obviously, they have to prove it. That's up to them. I can't proclaim them as superstars. They have to go out and prove that they are superstars. But me as a fan, I think they will be. I think they will prove the entire world, or prove Ryan Poles right. They'll show the entire world why Ryan Poles believed in them, even when the team had bigger needs at different positions. So with all of that being said, it's an exciting time for all Bears fans in general. The offense and the defense has so much to be excited about. Again, the Bears were off camp today, but we revamp camp tomorrow, so I will be bringing you guys another update, so feel free to subscribe to stay updated for that. And in the meantime, go ahead and watch all of my previous videos covering camp, because each day had a lot to talk about. So feel free to drop a like, drop a comment, let me know how you guys are feeling on everything, and I'll see you guys on another video.